Hello, welcome to the Addison Center for the Arts. I am Julie Mars, the Director of Communications here, and I am very honored to have Lyn Tietz, our next solo artist. Her show, Scenes of Nature, comes in on August 25th. We'll have the show up and ready for everybody to see on that Wednesday. And then the following Saturday, August 28th, we will have her opening reception from 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening. Everybody is welcome to attend that. We are going to request that you wear a mask. We are inside the high school building here at Addison Trail, and that is the policy at this time. If things change, we'll let you know, but for now, please wear a mask. And we really want to see you. We're going to have a lot of fun that evening. It's our first opening, Lyn, in like 16, 17 months. I'm so glad. Now, we had you scheduled back in, I think it was late March, early April of 2020. Was I'm losing track. Losing track.
All set, and the posters were done.
Yeah, everything. I sent out postcards, and we had to cancel at the last minute. So it was very sad. So you had some time to work, I assume, the past
a
few.
lot more since then. They keep piling up.
Okay.
It's so much fun, and thank goodness I have a hobby like that during the pandemic because it certainly helps pass the time and keeps you happy.
It does. Yeah, I did the same thing. I was like obsessively making art, so I know exactly what you mean. So you have some new things for us. Is this a bit of a retrospective type of show, or is this more of your more recent work?
I'd say it's a little of both. It's got some recent work, and it's got some, that I did in the past.
Okay. Very good. So we'll see. How do you want to hang this show? She's just brought in a lot of her artwork, and we're going to start setting it up in a little bit. How do you want to hang it? Should we do it sequentially by subject matter? How are we going to do that? Because she does everything.
I would just mix it up because I don't know how you would categorize it that easily. You could maybe put animals together, and then I've done painting on gold rice paper, so you might put those together. But
that sounds good because there might be people who see one rice paper, they're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And that's the type of thing that if I had one, I'd want to do a whole group in my house. So
that sounds like a great idea. I hope that happens.
Yeah, yeah, it would be great. So when did you start? When did you start painting, becoming an artist? When did this all begin for you?
Well, the funniest thing is I've played tennis all my life. And so one of my friends said, why don't we go back to college and play for College of DuPage? Because we didn't get to when we were younger. So here we are, two old ladies, and we joined the tennis team at College of DuPage. However, if you play on the team, you have to take a full load of classes every quarter. But the best part is you could take anything you want. So I took photography, computer classes, interior design, fashion design, watercolor drawing, and animal husbandry, and rollerblading. Our coach taught rollerblading, believe it or not. That was fun. But anyhow, when I did my artwork there, I didn't like anything I did. And so this man in the drawing class told me about a teacher that taught in the back room of Blick Art Supply Store. A little small room, and he was Wayne Atkinson. He taught watercolor, and he made it fun. He made your painting successful, and that's what really made me stick with it. And I really recommend people trying different teachers if they don't think they're happy with the first attempt that they do at painting. And he made it so easy that it was successful. So then I kept painting watercolor for several years, but then I took a class at DuPage Art League that was with Marge Hall, who paints these beautiful big flowers that are so realistic. You can't believe it. And
I've seen her work.
yes, she's in a lot of shows. and she does oil painting. And so I asked her if I could do her class with watercolor, and she said, yeah, I can help you, but I don't really do watercolor, but I can help you with composition. So I said, okay. So I did watercolor in a class for about a year, and then finally I decided to try oil. And I really like oil because the colors are so much more brilliant, and the big thing is you don't have to put it under glass. And that is such a pain.
I agree. That is my pet peeve. She's also an interior designer. I have done interior design, and that was my pet peeve with art consulting. Glare from pictures was the worst. So, yeah.
Also, you get the whole thing framed, and then you look at it, and there's one little speck of dust underneath the glass. Oh my gosh, that just about does it for me. But anyhow, I did try pastel and acrylic, and what else did I try? Charcoal, maybe, colored pencil. I really like to do pastel on velour paper. That's really fun because it just glides on there. But pastels are really hard to frame too, so anyhow, now then I found this ad in an art magazine about water-soluble oils. And so I sent away for a sample set. And so I tried them, and I love them. It seems inconceivable that you can mix water with oil, but that's what you do, and you don't need turpenoid and turpentine and all that stuff. And it's so much easier to clean your brushes and everything, and you just thin it with water. It's unbelievable. Or you can use a medium, too. But, you can't tell an oil painting from a water-soluble oil painting. Actually, you probably can't tell acrylic either because this one's acrylic. So this has been really fun, and I've enjoyed every minute of ever since painting. And I don't think I could stop now.
Okay. Yeah, good. I've never used the water-soluble oil, so I really got turned off because of the whole turpentine.
Try it.
Yeah. I should. Yeah. Okay, so you're a big tennis player, and you're still doing tennis.
Right, and the tennis has been, I can't believe what tennis has done for me. It took me all over the world. I have gotten to Japan, Austria twice, Croatia, and even Australia, just with tennis, playing on the World Cup championship teams. I'll show you a picture.
Ooh, yes.
This is our team when we won the World Cup in Croatia. And you play all different countries, and it is just like the Olympics, but this is for seniors.
Oh,
So this was our team, the whole men and women.
I respect that.
And they have a parade and everything with the flags and everything. So when I watch the Olympics now, it brings back these memories.
You're crying for a reason.
Right.
Okay.
I start crying immediately.
So we have some other books here. Can you show us what you've brought? You're going to have these on display during your exhibit? Good.
I started making books because I thought, that'd be fun. And this book is just all different pictures of my grandkids through the ages. I've painted them often because they're really so much fun to paint, and they're so cute. But then I also painted flowers and a whole book. And then I put little sayings with them so that makes them more interesting.
Those are gorgeous.
And then I did cats and dogs and scenery. And then this one has positive thoughts, and it has little Bible verses on each page.
So are these things you're going to be selling during the exhibit?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll only be $25. But then the
Okay.
latest thing is I happened to get this book published all by kind of just through a friend. This minister was working with Windermere Retirement Home. And so during the pandemic, he couldn't go there. So each week he would write a meditation. And then I would do a painting to try and illustrate the meditation. And I was just, every week he'd send me a meditation. Every week I would try to dream up a painting that would work for it. And so then at the end of the year, we had 52 paintings and 52 meditations. And then his friend got it published. And so I never really thought I was going to get my work published, but lo and behold, here it is published. And the picture on the cover is the chapel at Marion Joy Chapel, Marion Joy Rehabilitation. And my husband was there for a while, so I took this photo when I was there, and I thought, that is so pretty, I've got to paint it. And it winds up on the cover.
I thought it was a photograph.
Yeah, that's a painting, and it was really fun to paint. And it's so pretty, that chapel, because you're sitting there and you're looking outside and you see the birds flying by and everything. So, and the stained glass is just beautiful. So I just had to paint it.
Magnificent. Very beautiful. Thank you for bringing those. And now I see I saw somewhere that you also do stained glass, or you teach stained glass?
No, I did stained glass years ago, and I made 4 windows for my house, and I did 3 lamps, 3 hanging lamps, 2 in the kitchen, 1 in the family room. And then I guess I ran out of window space to make any more, so I stopped.
It's not
It's
not cheap.
It was really fun, and
Yeah.
it's I don't know even how I got started with it, but it was really, really fun. And now I wonder, how did I ever get that great big window in there and make it fit perfectly? I don't know.
You're a woman of many talents. You're also a musician, is that right?
Oh yeah, I loved to play the piano and the guitar. And on the guitar, we get together every 2 weeks at the church across the street from the Downers Grove Library. And there's a big group that does a sing-along, and everybody brings an instrument, and we all sing. And they have songbooks, and it's just great fun. So that I highly recommend. Anybody, even if they like to sing and don't play anything, they're welcome to come.
Oh, nice. That's really nice. Now you're a teacher now. You've got to the level of your career that you're kind of a master, and you are sharing your gift with others. So tell us about your teaching.
Well, I've been teaching flower arranging for 30 years in all different park districts. And so that's really fun. Silk or fresh flowers, whichever people want or whichever I feel like doing. Different occasions kind of call for fresh flowers, like Christmas is usually fresh flowers, and Easter's fresh flowers, and we do swags and wreaths and vases, or every different kind of thing. And now I've just started teaching art at Brauhaus retirement home. So I'm supposed to be retired, but all of a sudden I'm teaching again, and I'm going to be teaching flower arranging at another retirement home.
Very good. Well, that's good that you can that we're all still sharing our gifts, and so yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so much fun. I like to have other people try it. You know, people don't realize how easy it is to make a beautiful arrangement in just a couple hours, and then they have something that they've created all by themselves, and they just can't even believe they did it. So that's fun.
That would be me, because I've never tried it. I've seen some amazing work, just like little twigs from out in the garden, and then they come in and they arrange them, and it's a work of art. It really is.
It's a different form of art that is easy, and you have a complete project in a couple hours, unlike a painting, which might take weeks. But flower arranging, and it lasts for years and years if it's silk. I mean, I've got things hanging on my door from a number of years ago. They never die, they never discolor. That's amazing. And they look so real. You really almost have to touch them to make sure they're not real.
That's me everywhere I go, like a restaurant or something. I'm like, touch. Sometimes I still can't tell. Now, when you were doing your interior design, were you creating custom floral pieces for people?
I think that's really when I got started doing more and teaching it, is when I was doing interior design, because people, when they're coming to a new house, they need all aspects. They need the paintings. I used to buy paintings, and they were imported and everything. Then I would get framed for customers, and that was before I started doing the painting. and then also the flower arrangements. And then somebody at the Oak Brook Park District asked me if I could teach a class there, and that's how I started teaching in Oak Brook Park District, and it went from that to about 10 park districts. And I taught in Naperville a long time. I think I taught in Addison too. And
Yeah, I think
So-
Annette told me that you taught in Addison.
yeah, right, I did it for our art league, right?
For the Addison Art League. Yeah. Are you a member of the Addison Art League?
Yes, I'm a member of Addison Art League, and I was the president for a couple of years ago.
Oh, wonderful. What other leagues have you been involved with?
I was Naperville Art League, DuPage Art League, LaGrange Art League, and now I'm Downers Grove and Oak Brook Art League and Addison Art League.
Okay.
And
So you're all over the place.
I seem to be all over the place.
You were born in Oak Park, is that right?
Right, I was born in Oak Park, and I lived there till I got married, and then we moved to Chicago, and then Melrose, and then Oak Brook, so I keep moving a little bit farther west each time. I think I'm planted now.
Oh, good. It's a good time.
I've been there almost, I can't remember, 47 years. So.
Okay.
And we built our house, and that was fun too. And that was actually when I got started with interior design, because I had to do the drapes and everything for our house and all the things that you do, and it was really expensive. And so I figured out, well, maybe I can do it myself. And that's when I took some classes at COD. And however, they didn't really teach you much about how to measure for draperies and what have you, and those are really tricky.
Yes.
So, but I did a lot of that, and for 30 years I was in interior design, and that was really fun. It's like shopping for other people.
Yes, it is. Did you go down to the merchandise mart and
A
all
lot,
that? Yes. Yeah, I used to get some paintings from there when I was art consultant.
Furniture too.
Yeah,
I mean,
oh yeah. Lots
yeah.
of furniture.
I can't believe how many times I drove downtown, and now I kind of hesitate to go downtown.
Yeah. The logistics of going down to Chicago when you could just zip around the suburbs, it becomes a little overwhelming.
Right, absolutely.
So how has your art career been influenced by your interior design career?
Well, I think they kind of coordinate with each other. They really, you need paintings for your walls. They kind of are a big focal point of the room, and I think, more people should buy more art because it really does spice up the room.
Yes, it does. I used to say it's the soul of a room. And a room's not finished. It's like putting the finishing touch. It's the last piece of the puzzle.
Right, I know. And some people are so afraid to put a little mark on the wall for the nail, but those little nails are tiny, so
Yeah.
don't worry about your walls. The painting covers it up for sure.
We used to use a white toothpaste as
Yeah.
All right.
White,
so you know that too.
white toothpaste fills the hole, and it's no problem. Absolutely, that is the best thing.
You've done fabric painting.
Yes, fabric painting. Well, I once had a pair of shorts that I really liked, and it had a spot on it. And I thought, darn, I really like these shorts. I don't want to get rid of them. So I painted flowers all down the sides of the shorts. And now I get compliments on them, so it's really funny.
That's one of the benefits of having an art center and an arts culture is that you learn little tricks like that. You learn to be more creative and more problem solving. And that's definitely that's a good application of it.
Absolutely. See, one thing leads to another, I swear. I also did a lot of jewelry making, especially one of the classes I took from COD with gold and silver. It was really fun. But now I've done a lot of beaded earrings and beaded necklaces and things like that.
Who was the jewelry teacher there? There was a man, I want to say his last name was Smith. Does that sound familiar?
It could be, but I know I had a couple of classes and I can't remember any teachers' names.
He was pretty cool. I took classes with him too.
It was interesting. Those classes were very interesting.
It's a good community college.
It is. It's a great college, and anybody should go back there and start taking classes. Especially computer classes, they're really helpful, and photography classes, they were wonderful. And they've got places all over the community. You don't just have to go to the campus there.
Lynn, I have to tell you that you do some of the best pet portraits I've ever seen, and they're in oil too. It, we have a Siamese cat above my head here that I hope the camera will be able to pick up, and it is just magnificent. It's one of your kittens, right?
Yep, it was one of my cats. But I have painted like 45 cats and 50 dogs. I've done a lot of commissions. People love to have their dogs and cats painted. And anybody wants their dogs and cats painted, just let me know. I'll be happy to do it. They're fun.
They are fun? Okay.
And children,
Yeah.
I've painted a lot of children
Oh,
too for
sure.
people and
Okay.
other animals too. I painted a lot of horses. I love to paint wild animals too. I love tigers and leopards and I've painted an elephant. That's one of my favorite paintings.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so we'll have to put the animals kind of together, I think, when we put the show together. But they have so much character, and you really get a sense of the pet, the personality of that pet. So I hope you'll all come just to see those, and of course to see all the other fantastic artwork that she's doing, including those gold foil pieces, which are really, really different and very striking. How did you start working with the foil?
Well, I saw a demonstration done at our art league where somebody painted on the gold rice paper, and so I tried doing it, and it's just so much fun that I kept at it, and that they do sell, and so it's a good thing to do. And I love to paint all different kinds of scenery and flowers and animals and waterfalls and sunsets and sunrises, so those really strike me. And I look at a lot of photographs before I paint something because it has to really be striking before I'm going to spend all that time on it.
Well, it shows. We have a sunrise or sunset behind us here that I just thought was one of the best. I mean, and then there's a lot of those types of paintings around, but that's one of the best I've ever seen. It's really beautiful. Gorgeous color balance, nice size, and you also picked a good frame. Yeah.
I know it's tricky trying to find the right frame for the painting, but sometimes I have a really nice frame and I'll paint the painting to go with the frame. So I do things backwards sometimes.
That's right. That's the good way to do it because if you can get a great frame and you're like, oh, this is a nice beefy frame. I got to put something great in there. I have no problem with that.
Especially like that gold foil painting. I've gotten some really beautiful gold frames that look, oh, this would be perfect for one of those gold rice paper paintings. So then I just dream up something to go in it.
They're very lavish on that gold rice paper. So they're great decorative pieces. And I can see those really selling like crazy here. So come in and see those. Those are gorgeous. So we are selling them. And so, come early. The show opens on August 25th. Of course, the more pieces, the earlier you come, the fewer pieces are going to have the dots on them that say that they are taken. So yeah, definitely come early. I recommend you come before the reception, during the reception, after the reception, and then we will send it home with you once the show is over. And the show ends on September 25th. We'll be sad to see everything go because this is going to be a very lively show with lots to look at. Lyn, thank you so much for chatting with me here today.
Thank you. It was fun talking to you.
Okay, good. Thank you so much.